Welcome and very good morning, all of you. Myself, Professor B.S. Shinde, Department of Agronomy, Ratna Agriculture College, Akuluz, presenting the lecture on the organic farming, their definition, principles, and its scope in India and world. Then in definition, it is a system in which avoids or largely excludes the use of the synthetically formed compound like inorganic fertilizers, pesticides, growth regulators, and livestock feed additives, and use of the organic farming system rely upon the crop rotations, crop residues, animal manures, green manures of farm organic waste, and aspects of biological pest control to maintain the soil productivity. In other words, it is the production system that integrates site-specific cultural, biological, and mechanized practices designed to foster the cycling of the resources, ecological balance, and the biodiversity. Okay, then the important thing is the principles of organic farming. The main principle of the organic farming is the organic principles of health. The principle of the health, the organic agriculture should sustain and enhance the health of the soil, plant, animal, human, and planet as one and individual. This principal point of that the health of the individuals and the communities cannot be separated from the health of the ecosystems. Healthy soils produces the healthy crop that foster the health of the animals and the people. Then another principle is the principle of ecology. The organic agriculture should be based on the living ecological system and cycles work with them, emulate them, and help sustain them. This principal root organic agriculture within a living ecological system, it states that the production is to be based on the ecological processes and recycling. Okay, then the nourishment and well-being. So the achieved through the ecology of the specific production environment. For example, in the case of the crop, that is the living soils for animals, it is the farm ecosystems for the fish and the marine organisms, the aquatic environment. Okay, then the another principle is the principle of fairness. The organic agriculture should build on a relationship that ensure the fairness with regards to the common environment and the life opportunities. Then fairness is characterized by the equity, respect, justice, and the stewardship of the assured work both among the peoples and in their relations to other living beings. Then the last principle is the principle of care. The principle of care is the organic agriculture should be managed in a precautionary and responsible manner to protect the health and well-being of the current and future generations and the environment. Organic agriculture is a living and the dynamic system that responds to the internal and external demands and the conditions. You know about this, these are the main principles of the organic farming. Then another principles, the maximum but sustainable use of the local resources. You know the local resources which are the farm resources as well as the farm waste, which you can apply into the organic farming as the inputs. Okay, the second is the minimum use of the purchased inputs only as the complementary to the local resources. The minimum use of the purchased resources. In case of the chemical farming, you know about all the resources which are purchased from the market, as like the urea, SSP, MOP, or other type of the fertilizers, micronutrients. But in case of the organic agriculture, you apply the farm resources or the local resources. Then ensuring the basic biological functions of the soil, water, and the nutrients. Then the human continuum. You know about the biological, that is the functions of the soil and the water and the nutrients are there. That is the absorption of the nutrients. Then the soil aerations are there. Then healthy soils, If the soil is the healthy, then the available nutrients are the more. And if the available nutrients are the more, then the plant absorbs the amount of nutrients through their roots. Then maintaining a diversity of the plants, animals, the scope in India and a word. India and the world has a largest geographical area with a wide variety of agroclimatic zones. You know about the largest geographical area in India, about 329 million hectares of the areas are there. The variety of agroclimatic zones, that is the difference in the temperatures, difference in the humidity, difference into the rainfalls which are received into the particular areas. Then various pollutions like air pollution, groundwater pollution, soil, having compared the need to go for the alternative farming, including the organic or the sustainable agriculture. Only 38% cultivated land is irrigated, and in rainfed areas on which a principal crop like pulses, oil seeds are grown using the little fertilizers, and other agronomical crops are also grown on that percentage. Therefore, the remaining 62% area has the potentials to brings under the organic farming area. Then the organic farming has a capacity to make a use of old culture in which earth is referred to as a mother enhancing health of soil, plant animals, and the human beings. Then pre-modern agriculture era in India was using the green manure compost. They are modified forms such as vermicompost, then the biofertilizer, biopesticide, bioherbicide suit to the Indian traditions of agriculture. Until the mid 20th century, the organic farming was a way of life. Then India has a strong, high quality productions of the tea, spices, rice, Ayurvedic herbs, fruits, vegetables, coffee, cashew, oil seeds, and wheat, pulses, and herbals. India has 21 agroecological zones. Each has the advantages of the organic productions. That is about the 21 agroecological zones having the different crops were cultivated. It may be the high valued crops, fruit crops, as well as the organic agronomic crops are there. In India has the rich heritage of agriculture traditions which are suitable for designing the organic production system. In several regions of the India, the agriculture is not very intensive as regards the use of the agrochemicals in case of the mountain areas. Then the availability of the labors are also cheap in India. The NGO sectors is very strong and has established a close linkage to a large number of the marginal farmers. The Indian government started to support the organic agriculture on the large scale and on the various levels. So the most of the non-government organizations or the other organizations which supports to the organic farming and give the trainings to the farmers about